So good morning everybody and welcome to today's pre-US open market update. This has been recorded 60 minutes before the opening of the US stock markets on Tuesday the 15th of October. Now before I get into the update, I want to just do a quick review of this morning's trades in the European session. And this is the German DAX, and if you go back to the pre-UK open market update, we were here. And what I was looking for was this wave 4, but we were between the 1.0 bottom up fib and the 123.6 bottom up fib. So what I suggested was that if we didn't drop straight away, then we could pop up to that 123.6 fib and then start to drop. And in fact, that's exactly what we've seen. We now have, as you can see, an hourly squeeze building up with the CRSI sell signal from a red zone. So I would expect further downside in the German DAX from here potentially, in line with the count that we're looking at. But in terms of trades this morning, if we just go back to the European Open, which, excuse me, was back here at 8 a.m., let that first few minutes settle. And we did indeed push up through support, retested the hourly VWAP, and there was your long entry. The exit was here because we got a CRSI sell signal, and moreover, we'd hit a block trade or block order area, so we got resistance and we'd hit that 123.6 fib. So you had multiple reasons to get out. Now, I didn't short it on the exit, because we only had the CRSI. We had a squeeze building. We were expecting further downside, but I waited for a full complement of signals. And I like to do that. One, it gives me a very tight stop. Two, it gives me a much higher probability of success, which gives me the confidence to use higher stakes. So second entry, short, exit here. Why? Because we got momentum coming back up towards the zero line, and we got a CRSI buy signal. Again, no long trade because we didn't have a full complement of signals. Next trade, CRSI buy, block order here, and we got back over the VWAP. So we could buy here or here, depends on your choice. Exit was here, based on the CRSI sell signal. Now, there was one more long entry this morning if you wanted it. I didn't take it. I gave up or stopped trading the DAX, and give up after the exit here. And that gave us a total in the German DAX of 3 trades this morning for 109 points of profit. If we come over and look at CL this morning, and again, go back to the European update, what I was looking for was lower and in this wave C of the wave 2 to at least the 618 retrace fib and possibly deeper. We were also on a breakdown CRSI sell signal. We are getting warnings here, by the way, now of the turn. We're in a green zone. CRSI's turned back up. We don't have the buy on an hourly, but we do have green momentum. If you go back and look at the trades, I've marked them all up on the chart, but there was a picture perfect short entry here at 9 a.m. as we came off the support resistance level. We'd also got the CRSI sell signal. Exit here on the CRSI buy, short again here as we failed at resistance. Exit here on the CRSI buy, then one long entry here, and this has been a beauty. And the reason that I wanted the adds to this was because the odds are we've now seen the bottom of the move in CL, and I wanted to start being positioned long for this afternoon's US session. So there were the adds. There was an exit here and an add back in here, which you should still be long on if you are in that. Now, total of those trades, if you did the adds as well, 305 pips in CL in the European session alone here. And if we're going wave 3 up, that's going to be an absolute gift ongoing. In GC this morning, I didn't trade GC, but you can see there was simply one absolute peach of an entry in GC here and a short entry earlier on during the session here. So that gave you a bucket load of profits in GC if you wanted them. Moving back to our normal service, so the ES. Now, we're still expecting higher. If you look at the cycles, then with all of the core cycles, the 40 and the 80 and the composite, still pointing up. That means that we should be giving a preference to the long side or buying any pullbacks, even when you're looking at the potential day trading possibilities. Yesterday, we came up and completed what is likely a wave 3, but it was at a 1618 extension. I can just about make 5 out here. We may only get a very shallow 4 rather than this deeper 4 in a diagonal. I'm expecting a push up next to 5971 to 6026, and all of this is only for the A wave of the final ABC structure we're looking at to complete the much larger degree move in the ES. So if we take a quick look, I'm just going to flip over to the SPX here and a 15-minute chart. Gamma. Max expected today 59.15, but we've got a wall of call resistance at 5900. Max expected on the downside 58.05. Now, zero gamma is all the way down at 57.55. Bear in mind, this is the SPX levels, the cash market. While you're above the zero gamma level, one would expect to see a continuation to the upside in an orderly manner. If we look at the overall gamma look for the Saturday, this is ODTE options. You can see the Iron Condor guy's back again, so he's selling above and he's selling below as well, expecting this to stay in range. The range expectation is the top at 5900, and the maximum level below that he's looking at is around the 5830 SPX. We're at 5865 at the moment in pre-market, therefore one would anticipate that we will drop to or go up to one of those levels and then trade back into the range during the course of today's session. ES, meantime, we've come off and not taken out yesterday's high, but you can see this drift. I would look for a little step lower after the open, but watch each of these fib levels here. 58.42, 58.31, on the basis that if this 4 is in an impulse structure, then we're going to hold one of those and then start to push up. If even at 58.12, which is the max expected move on the ES gamma levels today, then I would still suggest that it's more likely an impulse than a diagonal structure in the ES. In the NQ, we've got exactly the same thing here. We came up to just shy of a 1764 fib yesterday. I'm prima facie looking for a 4 back to around the 50 back at 2287, 20,287 that is. But again, watch each of these fibs. We've already come down off yesterday's high to the 138.2. Look potentially for another leg down to 2457.9, and then let's see where we go from there in the Nasdaq, but I'm still expecting another leg up to at least 29.05 or 21.068. Again, all of that for the A wave of the final ABC structure to higher that we're looking for in the NQ. European indices this morning. So FTSE, we were looking for it to come down. It had come right back up to the top area of the range that it's been in for some weeks now. We did indeed drop quite sharply, but we need to break the bottom of the range if we are going to see another leg lower against the rise off the low in early August, or potentially still for a slightly lower low before we get its final leg up. German DAX we've already covered, but I'm expecting higher still, but after a little bit more of a pullback here in a wave 4 of the A wave of the ABC structure. In GC, we're starting to come off here. I'm looking for another leg down in GC. Levels of support to watch on an immediate basis below 25.88 and 24.94, but we do need to take out that last low at 26.19 in order to open the door for those levels in a wave 4 off the most recent high. In the currencies this morning, Euro has come right down to our target, which was the 764 retrace, and started to bounce. Now what we need to see is this start to subdivide and give a 5-wave structure to the upside next. Then I'm looking for this 5th wave of the 3 up to the 1.0 extension on the, excuse me, I've got this all mixed up here, at 113.11 on the 2-hour and daily charts. In the US dollar Japanese yen pair, which is coming off slightly this morning, ideally we get that little push up to the 138.2 fib at 151.43, then a retrace before the final leg up to complete the larger degree wave 2 in the US dollar Japanese yen pair. In cable, finally starting to get its backside off the floor. So now I'm looking for a break back above 132 in order to confirm that we are in fact on our way up in the fifth of the C of 3. Again, 142.09 would be the target for that move. In the Australian dollar, this looks to me like we're just going to head straight down here to complete the rest of the wave 2 in the Australian dollar. 65.68 is the ideal target before we get the third up. Now, cryptocurrencies, we got a really decent move up over the weekend and into yesterday, and we're just getting a little consolidation here. Must hold level in Bitcoin in this pattern, 62,048, and I'm looking for it to hold that and then subdivide up to the 123.6 fib next at 74,592. Ultimate target for the wave 3, 84,680, then a 4.5 up to our 130,300 ultimate target for the larger degree move. And in Ethereum, again, you can see the move. I'm looking for this to now continue to subdivide higher and then start to accelerate up. We have got a CRSI buy signal on a daily basis. You know the cycles pattern from the weekend update on both Bitcoin and Ethereum here, both pointing up for some time to come. And if we just go down to the hourly, we're just coming off some initial resistance here in Ethereum. 24.36.30 is the level it needs to hold on any pullback and then start to subdivide higher. Okay, so that's what I got first thing this morning. Let's see how the market treats us in a little while when it opens.